comfortable about talking about my mental health. I've experienced difficulties in the past, and I think it's really important to help share some of that experience with others to help them perhaps avoid some of the mistakes that I made in the past. I've experienced work-related stress. So for me, I've had anxiety and depression, and that was largely due to work pressure. I found that I was no longer able to, I felt out of control basically. So there were too many things coming at me, and felt like things were being done to me rather than I was able to sort of make those sort of decisions about day-to-day work. Very fortunate. I think mental health, there's a great deal more awareness today than ever there has been. And in fact, the organisation that I work for is actually a very supportive employer, and I think that makes a huge difference, the fact that you are able to talk about those issues in the workplace. I think the first thing is to recognise that there is no stigma attached to that. The reality is that everybody has mental health, and that will vary. We all have good days and bad days, and it's really no different to that. And it's recognising that it's not unusual. Many people will have periods, and they're only periods. Those things will pass. So it is very important to tell somebody if you are actually starting to struggle, and you know yourself, and you will know when perhaps you're trying to cover it up or whatever. It's really important just to reach out, and that might be maybe somebody in the workplace, or it could be a trusted family member or friend. But most important thing of all is to not hide it, but to actually talk it through and talk to somebody else, and that actually is probably one of the most useful first steps of all. Again, I think International Men's Day is really important. Going back to the sort of question you mentioned earlier, I think for a lot of men there's that sort of image of the sort of stiff upper lip, the macho attitude towards things, and I think I was no different when I first sort of developed sort of acute anxiety, really, which led to depression. I just felt that I needed to sort of shake myself up and basically get on with it, and I didn't need anybody else's help. I should be strong enough to deal with it. The reality is it wasn't, and I think it's important, as I say, that men feel able to reach out and recognise that that isn't a sign of weakness at all. And fortunately today there are so many things available and support available to help overcome those. And I think the most important thing of all as well is that sometimes it will feel as if there is no way out, or you just can't resolve it. But that will pass. Those sort of feelings tend to sort of culminate. But the reality is that they are only a moment in time, and things will get better. And it's important to maintain that sort of hope and that positive attitude.